So, will we see fall-like weather? We'll have that forecast coming up. Your news starts right now.
Tonight, the man accused of driving under the influence and killing an ISU student is guilty on several counts. We have reaction from the Twin Cities in the trial of Joshua Dunn.
Without a budget, the state's bills are adding up, and now lawmakers have to figure out how to pay them. I'm Shane Gustafson, and I'll have that story coming up.
Fighting for a local park, the call to stop an apartment complex from being built on the riverfront before a decision is made by the Peoria Council. It was an emotional day in the courtroom for the friends and family of Ben Allison, the Illinois State University student killed in a hit-and-run near campus back in January. His accused killer stood before a judge and was found guilty on multiple charges, including driving under the influence of drugs. But the rulings are not over yet.
WMBD's Hannah Hilliard joins us in the control room now. So, Hannah, what can you tell us?
Well, Paul, there were a lot of tears today from Allison's family as they sat just feet away from their loved one's accused killer. Now, the judge found Dunn guilty of 3 traffic offenses, including failure to stop for a pedestrian and driving with an obstructed windshield. And then he was also found guilty of a driving under the influence of drugs misdemeanor. But the judge did not rule on the aggravated DUI charge, prolonging the trial into next week.
For purposes of the victim's family, I would always rather have closure sooner rather than later. I think that's the thing that the system doesn't really think about a lot as a case drags on.
Now, Dunn had previously pleaded guilty to leaving the scene of an accident, which means he is already facing jail time. The judge says he will make the final decision on that aggravated DUI charge on October 1st. Paul?
Thanks, Hannah. Also in a Twin Cities courtroom, day 2 in the trial of a man accused in the death of a homeless man. Anthony Davis Dixon is on trial for the severe beating death of 56-year-old Ronald Davis as he slept in O'Neill Park in Bloomington back in June 2014. Davis died a month later. Troy Washington and Willie Chambers pleaded guilty to their involvement and are awaiting sentencing. For the latest out of the courtroom, you can head to our website, ciproud.com.
Peoria police are investigating an afternoon shooting. It happened around 12:30 in the 600 block of Illinois Avenue. A man was found with a gunshot wound laying in front of a house. He was taken to the hospital. WMBD will bring you more details as they're released in this investigation.
Peoria police also investigating a shooting that happened on West Garden. A ShotSpotter alert sent officers to the 600 block just before 3 this morning. They did not find a victim. He was in fact already on his way to the hospital after being shot in the leg. No suspects are in custody. FEMA will not be helping Tazewell County recover from the latest disasters. County emergency management officials say they requested help after the Delavan tornado and Pekin flooding this summer. Emergency Management Director Dawn Cook says at least 10 homes were destroyed in Delavan and 2 to 3 total losses from the 2nd Street area flooding in Pekin. The amount of damage met the $400,000 threshold for a county, but not the state's damage limit, so the Tazewell request was denied.
Right now, a fiery debate at Peoria City Hall. Adding apartments along the riverfront is once again at the forefront of tonight's City Council meeting in the River City. WMBD's Marvis Herring is at that meeting. It just started a few minutes ago, but as he reports, action started well before 6 p.m.
Guys, people opposed to the River Trail apartments are down here at City Hall picketing right now. You can see and hear them behind me delivering their message. They've been out here since 5 p.m. and headed right into that 6 p.m. meeting for what they call the showdown. If you remember, we've been reporting that many are opposed to giving up the recreational open space for apartments. Some point out the lack of businesses downtown, but many, they simply don't fancy the idea of losing green space just off the Illinois River. Tonight will be a major step. Council will vote to accept or deny the planning and zoning recommendations which pave the way for this 140-plus unit apartment complex. Now, planning and zoning, they actually denied extending Water Street, but the developer says that is a much-needed addition. City officials continue to remind everyone that if this development is approved, they will actually add some green space of the same value of the open space that they actually take. Now, I have more tonight, but for now, reporting, I'm Marvis Herring.
Thanks, Marvis, and he'll share more from City Council tonight on WMBD News at 10.
Meetings on a tax increase in Pekin canceled for tonight and tomorrow because the council members voted to table the talks. Many people and even council members voiced concerns about raising the tax 0.5%. The issue will be discussed this spring. The increase that was discussed would make the tax at restaurant and liquor stores 1.75%.
One of Peoria District 150's top administrators is stepping down. Chief Financial Officer Mark Wilcoxon told the district of his plans Monday. The CFO says he just celebrated a milestone birthday and needs to slow down, spending more time with his family. He also says he wants to give the new interim superintendent an opportunity to pick out her own team to work with in District 150. Wilcoxon came to the district in March of 2014.
New tonight, a state representative talks about the importance of child care funding during a trip to a daycare. Jahan Gordon Booth talked as she stopped by at Rogies Learning Center. She says the recent cuts to the child care assistance program make it harder for low-income parents to find help. She also says the cuts make it harder for single mothers to hold down a full-time job. Gordon Booth says she supports cuts to certain programs in order to balance the budget, but says they shouldn't take away from kids.
We can't take areas that have worked for 20 years and dump a bunch of insanity inside of those programs. CCAP is a program that has always worked, and we need to restore sanity to this program.
Gordon Booth recently proposed legislation asking for some of that funding to be restored. It was one vote short of passing.
Another visit to the River City for State Comptroller Leslie Munger, but her message still very similar.
She's still trying to figure out how the state is going to pay its bills without a budget. WMBD's Shane Gustafson talked with her and joins us live in the newsroom with more on the budget battle. Shane?
Well, Paula Maria, the state has been without a budget for more than 2 months. Throughout that time, bills haven't been paid, and that's adding up to what could be over $12 billion in total.
We must get back to being a state that keeps our promises, lives within our means, and provides a better value for all of those who live here.
State Comptroller Leslie Munger is touring the state talking about the budget, or lack thereof. It's a big problem because the bills keep coming in.
We find ourselves in a position today where checks are being written, we're being directed to do so by the courts, with no consideration as to how much money is in our state's bank accounts.
And that's one of Munger's biggest concerns. She told reporters Tuesday that the state is facing an $8.7 billion backlog. Add to that late fees and other charges, and you're looking at $12.8 billion in the hole.
Right now, our state's bills and challenges are so great, it's really not quite enough.
One solution that's been thrown around is a tax increase. It's worked before, but Munger says she can't see that happening again.
In order to make up a $12 to $13 billion budget gap in the state, we would have to raise our income tax over 3 full percentage points, up to roughly 7% for individuals and families.
She says that would not only hurt people, but it's coming at a cost to business.
All these cities have seen businesses pick up and move out of state, and we cannot afford to lose any more.
But Munger says the best solution, finally seeing a state budget.
They all have to get together and they have to figure out a budget, and everybody is going to have to give, but they have to be willing to give.
Munger says her office gets about 5,000 phone calls every week about the budget. She says it's a problem that won't be resolved anytime soon. Paul?
Thanks, Shane. Cheating on emissions testing continuing to cause problems for Volkswagen. What it means if you drive one of their cars. But first, Chris.
Paul, a beautiful day across central Illinois. Temperatures right back into the 80s, a high of 84 in Peoria today, but fall begins tomorrow. How's the weather shaping up? The forecast is next.
You're watching WMBD News at 6 in high definition with Paul Cicchini, Maria Chandler, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Fegler with sports. This is WMBD News at 6, Central Illinois proud.
I like things fast. So I was first in line when Frontier started offering a year of Amazon Prime. I don't wait for shipping, and I get instant access to thousands of shows and movies using Frontier's fast, reliable internet.
Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 per month with qualifying phone and 1-year agreement on new internet service, and get 1 year of Amazon Prime.
It's movie time.
Get Frontier high-speed internet today. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
When you want to know how your medication will work. When you want to know if insurance will cover your prescriptions. When you want to know which vitamins are best for you. Answers are as close as your Kroger pharmacy. Just ask. Your neighborhood Kroger pharmacist is an experienced professional who takes your health to heart.
Time to get your flu shot? Talk to your certified vaccinated Kroger pharmacist. Most insurance plans accepted and no appointment needed. Just ask your Kroger pharmacist today.
When the snow starts flying, German Bliss Equipment can help with a snowblower from Honda, or Simplicity, a SnowX salt spreader, or a Snowway truck plow. And from now till September 30th, receive a $300 down payment from Snowway. You can't miss with German Bliss.
Off-Train Weston Chevy Cadillac invites you to trade in and trade up to a new Cadillac SRX. Choose from over 30 in stock and drive home for just $339 per month. Trade up to a new SRX at the Cadillac of Cadillac dealers. Off-Train Weston Chevy Cadillac in Peoria.
This portion of WMBD News is brought to you by IPMR.
Staying healthy is important. At IPMR, we're helping cancer survivors live healthy with our STAR program. Whether you've just been diagnosed, beginning or finishing up treatment, or experiencing late effects of unresolved issues, the team at IPMR will support you through your journey. Overcome the physical and emotional challenges that occur as a result of cancer and cancer treatment. Log on to IPMR.org to find out more about the STAR program. It's time for you to shine. Live well.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Now, your local weather authority, WMBD's chief meteorologist, Chris Yates.
Well, the final hours of summer slowly beginning to tick away, but a beautiful shot nonetheless. Mostly sunny skies over Peoria from our Goods Furniture Skycam overlooking downtown. Not a bad evening. Temperatures now in the 70s and 80s. Peoria, we are sitting at 81 degrees. Pontiac is 82. Bloomington normal, a little warmer than Peoria now at 83 degrees. Up north in Lincoln, 79, and we're seeing some 70s down in Lincoln, as well as up north in Peru. But just some high cirrus clouds moving through tonight. That'll be the only thing we deal with. All the real active weather for the most part is going to be staying well off to our west, as high pressure for the moment is going to continue to divert all the subtropical moisture coming out of the southwest to our west and eventually well to our north. Meanwhile, dry air still in place across the Midwest is going to keep us rain-free for the foreseeable future. But you'll notice a lot of moisture moving into the southwest, but thanks to high pressure, that is not going to be making at least an arrival here anytime soon. In fact, this ridge in the jet stream is only going to grow over the next couple of days, which means more mild weather, especially out west. But you will notice some of these cooler colors moving in across the Midwest. That means temperatures are going to step down very gradually over the next couple of days and even into the weekend, where temperatures will drop back into the 70s. But tomorrow, for the official start or full day of fall, first day of fall, it is going to be a nice one. Very mild. Temperatures are expected to be back into the 80s, and that mild weather will continue through the remainder of this week and into the weekend. So you're heading out, temperatures mainly in the 60s and lower 70s. We'll see eventually low temperatures down into the 50s by early tomorrow morning. 57 in Peoria, 56 in Galesburg, and 55 for the Twin Cities. Tomorrow mostly sunny but mild. High temperatures into the low 80s. This is a good 5 to 10 degrees above average, but not bad. 83 in Peoria, 80 degrees in the Twin Cities, and then up north, not a bad afternoon either tomorrow. Temperatures mainly largely within a degree or two of 80 degrees. Princeton looking to top out at 82. But fall officially beginning tomorrow. Some of you folks perhaps may be dreading this, but it is beginning tomorrow morning at 3:22 in the morning according to the National Weather Service. So if you're going to be up in the morning, perhaps like I will be, thanks to a screaming one-year-old, it is going to be a wonderful, at least a wonderful start to fall. Now, fall officially begins when the sun is directly over the equator, and this means that we see equal days and equal nights across the entire globe. That is going to quickly change, though, as we will head into tomorrow afternoon. All right, here's a look at our 8-day outlook, or MTCO 8-day outlook. Fall beginning tomorrow morning, but a nice stretch of weather heading our way through the rest of this week and into the weekend. We're looking at temperatures to be back into the mid to upper 70s Saturday and Sunday, only to return to the low 80s early next week. Maria?
Chris, thanks. If you love Starbucks but hate waiting in line, you'll want to hear how you can beat the rush and get that favorite drink. That's still ahead.
From music legend Cyndi Lauper and Broadway's own Harvey Fierstein, the Tony-winning best musical about seizing your destiny and being who you want to be. Kinky Boots.
September 22nd through the 27th in the Peoria Civic Center Theater.
As the season shifts, change is on its way. And with change comes opportunity. It's up to you to seize it. The 2015 Cadillac ATS. Get this low mileage lease from around $269 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Grossinger Motors is driven by your friends, by your neighbors, and driven to deliver our lowest price, including a new 2015 Impreza for just $99 per month, or the new 2016 Forester for just $169 per month. 250 vehicles in stock now, and our selection is growing every day.
So stop by and visit with our new staff in sales and service today. We're all dedicated to exceeding your expectations. At Grossinger Motors in Bloomington Normal.
The experience I had at Illinois Cancer Care was they became my family and always made me feel like I wasn't sick. They made me feel like I was on the road to getting better.
Illinois Cancer Care offers personalized treatments and compassionate care. We are the leader in cancer care in Central Illinois and are nationally recognized for clinical research. We provide personal genetic testing and the most advanced treatments available. Illinois Cancer Care offers world-class cancer treatment at 12 clinic locations, comfortably close to home.
For the best in casual dining, it's Bogey's Bar and Grill with delicious daily lunch and dinner specials. Come for the food, stay for the fun. Bogey's.
September marks the beginning of our 30th anniversary year at KBL Design Center. To begin our celebration, enjoy 15% off any in-stock product until September 30th. Our best cabinetry sale ever is coming. KBL Design, a proud Central Illinois business.
You're watching WMBD News at 6.
Millions of people all over the world trust our brands, our cars, and our technology. I am deeply sorry we have broken this trust.
The number of vehicles involved in the scandal at Volkswagen could be much higher than originally thought, according to the automaker.
The company has set aside billions to tackle the problem and has launched an effort to regain the trust of customers. Steve Nannis reports.
The president and CEO of Volkswagen USA wants customers to know he's sorry.
Our company was dishonest with the EPA and the California Air Resources Board and with all of you. And in my German words, we have totally screwed up.
U.S. authorities revealed test results that showed Volkswagen had programmed cars to emit lower levels of harmful pollution only when the cars were undergoing emissions tests, not when they were on the road.
This kind of behavior, I can tell you out of my heart, is completely inconsistent with our core values.
Volkswagen announced Tuesday the issue goes beyond the 500,000 vehicles U.S. regulators found a problem with. The company's internal investigation found problems in 11 million vehicles worldwide.
We must fix those cars. The cars, we prevent this from ever happening again.
Volkswagen leaders say they've set aside $7.3 billion to make that happen. But the company could face up to $18 billion in government fines in the U.S. alone. And some owners of the so-called clean diesel autos have joined a class action lawsuit in California against the company. As governments from Germany to the U.S. launch their own investigations, the Environmental Protection Agency says if you own one of the cars caught up in the scandal, just keep driving it until Volkswagen finds a fix for the problem, since this is not a safety issue. I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
The models affected include the VW Jetta, Beetle, and Golf from 2009 through 2015, and the Passat from 2014-15, as well as the Audi A3 model years 2009 through 2015.
All right, want to order a Starbucks but hate waiting in line? Well, now there's an app for that. The coffee chain is expanding its mobile order and pay service nationwide. It allows customers to place orders on their mobile devices before they get to the shop. The app allows you also to locate stores, get an estimated wait time, and prepay. Starbucks launched the service last December in Portland, Oregon. It's also planning to introduce the app to Britain and Canada next month.
I know somebody who's going to download it. This East Peoria senior left his favorite sport for a new one, and it earned him a scholarship. Kurt has the story ahead in sports.
For a surprising variety of fully inspected pre-owned vehicles, JaguarLandRoverPeoria.com.
Furniture's a little different to buy sometimes. It's not as straightforward as some other things. You've got to factor in the colors and the room size and the feel and all that kind of thing. So it's a big deal to get it right. You're going to have that furniture in your living room for years and years, living with it every single day. At Sherman's, when you buy any in-stock furniture, you got 30 days to take it home, try it out, make sure it's really what you intended. It's important enough for us that you are happy that we are willing to do that. Come on in, work with our furniture experts. If you don't love it, we'll take it back and help you find something you do love.
Life is full of adventure. Whether you're experiencing adventures in your own backyard
or you're finding new adventures in far-off places, trust Gailey to make sure you're experiencing all the beauty life has to offer with clear vision. Answer the call as life invites you to enjoy yet another adventure. Whether you need new glasses and contacts, cataract surgery, or LASIK, Gailey can light the way to new trails ahead. For a location near you, visit GaileyEyeClinic.com. They're the only eyes you'll ever have. Trust Gailey to make sure they last a lifetime.
Throughout Central Illinois, there's someone lending a helping hand to families and businesses. Someone providing the means to make hopes and dreams become reality. We're your hometown community banks, and we're a part of your hometown. Together, we're making our community stronger, one relationship at a time. Hometown Community Banks. Look for the clock tower, and you'll know. We have time for you. Remember, Tessie?
Hello, I'm Dr. David Kindred from Rejuve MD. People come to Rejuve MD to feel better. By balancing hormones, we can help obtain that goal. At Rejuve MD, we formulate a plan that fits you. Through physician-monitored healthy weight loss programs and hormone optimization therapy, your energy is going to be able to improve. You're not going to work as hard to be able to just do normal daily activities. At Rejuve MD, we change lives for the better each and every day.
This portion of WMBD News brought to you by Green Ford.
Green Ford has done it again. If I haven't said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Nobody beats a Green Ford deal, especially with deals like this. Up to $4,000 off the Focus and the Fusion. Up to $5,000 off the Transit and the Edge. Up to $6,000 off the Escapes and the Explorers. Up to $8,000 off the Taurus and the Transit Connects. Up to $9,000 off the F-150 and up to $11,500 off the Super Duties. You gotta go to Green. Open 24/7 at greenfordstore.com.
Now, your local sports with WMBD's Kurt Pegler.
The non-conference schedule behind them, the ISU Redbirds can now look forward to the Missouri Valley football slate, which begins next week when the Birds play Northern Iowa. But ISU gets a week off to get ready for the league slate and heal up after suffering injuries to some key receivers in Saturday's win at Eastern Illinois. Defensive lineman Teddy Corwin is still nursing a foot injury, and the jury is out if he'll be ready for conference play.
You don't ever want that to happen, but it's part of the game. Injuries happen, and next man in. We were a little bit off in our front seven on Saturday, and that could be part of it.
Corwin, a preseason All-American, suffered a foot injury 2 weeks ago in practice. Our high school football game day matchup, Bloomington against Normal Community on Friday. Both schools going head-to-head this week in the Goodwill Drive to Victory. Donation pods are on each campus. Support your team by dropping off donations for Goodwill. Those pods will be weighed on Thursday, and on Friday night we'll tell you which school wins with the heaviest pod. And you can tell us which school has more spirit, Normal Community or Bloomington, by casting a vote at the Avani's Spirit Poll at ciproud.com. East Peoria's David Perkins says quitting his favorite sport was one of the toughest decisions he ever made, but it also opened the door to a sport that's earned him trophies and a scholarship. He is nearing the end of his high school career, and David Perkins wants to finish with a bang.
Finishing my high school career off with a state championship, anyone dreams of that. I mean, it's basically a dream come true, so that's the goal and the dream right now.
The East Peoria senior qualified for state the past 2 years and is committed to play college golf at ISU. He's hoping a nice college golf run can set him up to play professionally.
Playing on the tour, it's a big task, and you don't know anybody could do it. That's my dream. I've been like that after freshman year, and there's a lot of kids around here that are trying to go on the tour.
Competing for a state championship, excelling in college golf, getting a PGA Tour card. Lofty goals for a guy who readily admits up until a couple of years ago, golf wasn't even his favorite sport.
Starting high school, golf wasn't my favorite sport. I loved baseball, and after my freshman summer picking up golf, I really loved it, so I quit baseball, and golf turned my favorite sport. There's no regrets. Golf is such a great game, and quitting baseball probably may have been the best thing I ever did.
He has no regrets on changing sports. Now David Perkins is hoping he'll have no regrets about the end of his brilliant East Peoria golf career. Good luck to David. Briefly, the Cardinals host the Reds and the Cubs host the Brewers as both teams close in on playoff bursts. We'll have highlights for you tonight at 10 o'clock. And finally, you know you are really something when they make a bust of you. And it's made out of chocolate. That's the case in Colorado, where an artist has made a chocolate Peyton Manning. Took 18 months to create it, probably 18 minutes to eat it. News is back in a couple of minutes.
Here's what you can see tonight on WMVD, Central Illinois Proud.
Boss, can you hear me?
He's crashing.
Time to dance, Agent Gibbs. Game's just begun.
Jon Cryer comes to the NCIS season premiere. Then, the first season in the Big Easy was huge. So how do you top it? Just watch.
Go.
Learn things.
We're NCIS. We multitask.
The season premiere of NCIS New Orleans after NCIS. CBS tonight.
Hi, Rory. Hey, Chip. How's the new Cadillac?
Love it. But I usually like to hide my wife's birthday gifts inside the car, and now she's driving it all the time. Could you hide her gift?
You'll feel like family because you are treated like family. Stop by for a hassle-free experience and a great offer, like a new Cadillac SRX lease for $339 per month for 24 months. Veldy Cadillac Buick GMC in Pekin.
After 65 million years, dinosaurs come alive. Experience over 40 life-size moving dinosaurs, including the menacing T-Rex at Peoria Civic Center. Touch, learn, even ride the dinosaurs. Many activities for kids of all ages. The Dino Dig, Gem and Fossil Panning, the Dino Den, including unlimited dino rides, inflatables, and mini golf. Discover the dinosaurs live in Peoria this weekend only at Peoria Civic Center. DiscoverTheDinosaurs.com.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall out my chair. And I'm wondering how I'm gonna get down the stairs. Lambs to the left of me, jokers to the right, here I am.
The 7-passenger MDX from Acura. Visit Bob Lindsay Acura in Peoria for attractive offers on the MDX.
You're watching WMVD News at 6.
Another great day, nothing to complain about.
Perfect
Beautiful
end to
weather.
summer.
Yeah.
Today doesn't really sum up our last summer, but it was
Does this classify as Indian summer?
not
No?
yet. We'll have to get through our first freeze first.
Okay, all right.
57 degrees tonight, mostly clear, mild night, winds calm. Tomorrow, let's do it again. It'll be the first day of fall, but it's going to feel more like a summer type day. 82 degrees for a high, and in our NTC 08-day outlook, a nice long stretch of late summer, early fall-like weather.
All right, thanks, Chris. Thank you for joining us tonight. Don't forget WMBD News available on air, online, and on the go.
You can head over to our website, ciproud.com, and get the latest news on our app for your phone or tablet. See you right back here at 10.